by Dallas, make it hurt. Mic check. My bad. I was in there talking to my wife and I was like, oh shit, I'm live streaming. Gotta do a little promo before we get started. Just gonna, I don't know, just kind of hang out. See what's popping on the internet, on the interwebs. Let me get a little promo in and we'll get started here in just 1 minute. Hopefully the internet will cooperate today. It's raining outside, so a lot of times it'll be tripping. I'm digging that music I got for the live stream. It's like royalty free. I gotta get the artist. I need to send his link, post it on my page. All these guys, because it's good little beats to to just have like a little intro. Starts about 70 BPM and goes up to, where does it go? 136. It's probably a little housey track or something. Alright, let's see. Almost there. Really can't do Instagram on the desktop, so I have to do that on my phone. We'll start with some websites I dig, like hightimes.com and some other ones. We're just gonna browse a little bit, see what's up, see what we can find. We're just gonna look for some interesting shit. I don't want to get into any political conversations, anything like that. This is going to be drama-free entertainment. Drama-free, where we're all the same. We're just enjoying some entertainment. That's it. Some music is therapy for the soul. I know we're not doing music right now on the for the show, but it is music for the soul. So just make sure you check out the other mixes I have on my Mixcloud account. If you're not watching the live stream on Mixcloud, it is mixcloud.com/DVDJ-Rain, and that's REIGN. Got a shit ton of mixes out there. I'm gonna probably record one this weekend. I've been kind of busy here lately, but I need to make sure that I sit down and create some of this content. So, alright, so I think we are just about there. Let me post to my little cannabis group. So Mississippi went medical cannabis. Congrats to them. But I created this little group so we can kind of coagulate all this information. about cannabis. It's new to a lot of people. I mean, as far as hold on. Yeah, as far as like regular use or really understanding it, there's a lot of people that are new to it. So what we try to aim to do is educate, right? Help people really understand what cannabis really is, how it really works in the human body, and things that you can do naturally to help supplement that process, different methods of consumption, different types. A lot of people, you say, hey, the dispensary's got a sale or no, that's a bad example. But you talk to someone, it's like, yeah, hey, I had some really good shatter the other weekend, and they're like, I don't really know what that is. And a lot of people don't even really know how to smoke it, right? So it's we want to try to educate people so they can learn how to use it properly, understand, like, especially temperatures, right? That's one of the biggest mistakes when people are smoking concentrates, is is burning, like putting this setting too high and burning up the terpenes, right? And because like whenever you're vaping or using like a dab rig or whatever, you want to try to vaporize shatter or wax, butter, sugar, diamonds, like whatever you have, at the lowest temperature possible, because the terpenes in there have different combustion rates, and so if you set it too high, you'll end up burning up the terpenes, and instead of tasting them and feeling them, it'll just be really like a THC high. That's why, like, if you're vaporizing flower and you put it on a low setting where you get low smoke but a lot of flavor, or you set it on high and you get a lot of smoke but little flavor, and that's because that high setting is burning up those terpenes in your product. Therefore, you are not getting the benefits of those terpenes. So make sure you pay attention to that, right? So actually, we'll do a little research on terpene combustion rates, right? And let's just see what's up. Let me check my notifications, see if anybody's in there talking shit. No, I'm just kidding. All right, let's see. Terpene combustion rates. I wish I could find my damn vape. Combustions and emissions characterization of terpenes with a view to their biological production in cyanobacteria. I don't even know if I said that right. Let's see. What? 12 terpenes were tested as pure fuels in a direct injection diesel engine. What? Are you kidding me? Wow. Actually, I'm going to copy this and I'm going to post this to this group. Alright, let's see. I gotta share it with my people. Facebook. Come on. Yeah, that's crazy. Put this comment in here. I just skip back. Alright, so I found this People are gonna trip out, like for real. Actually, I'm gonna make it another post altogether. Let's see. Got it. Okay, so do this. X. Boom. Okay. And let's see, just copy the link so they can check it out too. Now that is pretty cool though. So, I mean, as long as I could get, oh shit, my bad. Oh, I got caught up in the chair. Jesus, come on, work with me, not against me. All right. But yeah, that is. I mean, if I could get the same horsepower or even better using terpene fuel for the Shelby, man, and I'd convert it. Do whatever I had to do to make it work, barring changing out the motor completely. I don't want to change out my motor, but yeah, that's really neat. Let's go back to that website. Let's see. Abstract. In developing future fuels, there's an opportunity to make use of advances in many fields of science and engineering to ensure that such fuels are sustainable in both production and utilization. One such advance is the use of synthetic biology to re-engineer photosynthetic microorganisms such that they are able to produce novel hydrocarbons directly from CO2. Terpenes are a class of hydrocarbons that can be produced biologically and have potential as liquid transport fuels. This paper presents experimental studies on a compression ignition engine and spark ignition engine in which the combustion and emissions of 12 terpenes that could be potentially produced by cyanobacteria, I guess, were assessed as single components and blends with fossil diesel and fossil gasoline. The 12 terpenes were chosen to explore how small changes to the molecular structure of geraniol, a terpene most easily produced by that cyan, impact on combustion and emissions. All right, let me reread that. The 12 terpenes were chosen to explore how small changes to the molecular structure of that terpene impact on combustion and emissions. Furthermore, the toxicity of some of the best performing terpenes were assessed using the model Cyanobacterium I don't know how to say that shit. Hereafter, I'm just gonna put citus. This, I don't know, as a prelude to a metabolic engineering program. The compression ignition engine tests were carried out at a constant injection timing and constant ignition timing, and the spark ignition engine tests were conducted at a constant spark timing and a constant lambda value of 1. Of the terpenes tested in the compression ignition engine, geraniol and farnesene were found to be the best performing single component fuels in terms of combustion and emissions. In blends with fossil fuel, the presence of geraniol and farnesene did not have a significant effect on combustion, phasing up to terpene content of 20% weight through levels of nitrous oxide, I believe, and carbon. I don't know what that, I guess, did increase. In the spark ignition engine experiments of terpene and fossil gasoline blends, citronellene and linalool were found to be soluble in fossil gasoline and combusted in a steady manner up to a terpene content of 45% and 60% respectively. Wow. So linalool, I'm really familiar with linalool. Linalool is in a lot of indica plants, and it's in lavender. Let's see, what else is it in? Let's see. Linalool sources. Let's see where it comes from. But yeah, that's pretty neat though that they're using terpenes to possibly come up with fuel for our cars with this, right? I'm totally down with that. I'm just not down with like destroying our whole economy to get to that point. But yeah, totally down with that. So these are top plants containing linalool, right? So essential oils, fruit seeds. Okay, so Chinese parsley, cilantro. So cilantro has linalool in it. So you think about if you're going to, let's say you're going to make a THC laced sauce, right? And it's what do you call it? I lost my train of thought. So yeah, you're gonna make some THC laced sauce, like for spaghetti, right? And you've made it with indica plant. Now, when you made that edible, right, and you heated it up to make that sauce, you burnt up all your terpenes. That's why, like, you can't get like a sativa cookie, right? Or an indica cookie. It's just a THC cookie, right? It'll just get you high, and that's it. And that's why, like, you know, because of that, like, people will always say how different like an edible high is versus like smoking or whatever, and that's because you have, you know, you're only getting a THC high and not the benefits of terpenes. So cilantro, right? I bet you know, you could put that cilantro in your food. Like, don't cook it. Like, you know, spray it off, clean it off, put it on there raw to have that terpene interact with the THC that's already in your sauce. And it should give you the effects of, like, you know, indica plant with that linalool touch to it, right? I mean, because I know that, like they taught us in one of the training things in Vegas, that like if you're smoking like Mango Kush, like Mango Kush has a terpene in it called myrcene. Myrcene is also present in mangoes. So you can eat a mango while you smoke, and it'll increase the effects of the myrcene. Like it's like supplementation of your terpenes. So, you know, if that works that way, then this should work that way. So, and that's, you know, so it's good to research like these terpenes, right? And then their sources, because it's not just cannabis plants that these terpenes are found in. Like, they're found in everyday things that we use, whether it be, you know, fruits, vegetables, plants, you know, so it's very easy to find, you know, a terpene that has a food source, right? And then integrate that food source into your THC diet. And I guarantee you, like, I mean, I'm not gonna say I guarantee you, but you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't think I think it would work as long as you don't burn up the terpenes. You're still ingesting them, and then you're, you know, supplementing the THC in with it, right? So it'd be worth an experiment. I'll tell you that much. Let's see this. All right, so that was Ocimum bacillum. That was this in basil and sweet basil. I was talking about this Corandrum sativum. It's Chinese parsley and cilantro and coriander. And then you have Oregon, I don't know, vulgare, and it's in Algerian oregano, European oregano, Greek oregano, pot marjoram, Russian oregano, wild marjoram, and winter sweet. Found in shoot essence oil, plant, and essential oil. Vitis vinifera. I am murdering these words. I am not a doctor. I don't, So just bear with me. You see it on the screen. So, let me check my cool. Making sure everything's cool. So is that everything's online? Yep. Okay, cool. All right. So oregano, right? We all cook with oregano. I'm telling you, it would be worth an experiment. I mean, it can't hurt, right? But this Vitis, common grapevine, European grapevine, wild grape, and wine grape. So, yeah, so like if you're gonna make your like some candy or some type of edible like that, where you can add in these natural things without cooking them, right? And see if you can get the like that full benefit. I mean, I believe you can, right? I believe you can. So we have Camellia sinensis, Assam tea, black tea, China tea, common tea, green tea, Japanese tea, tea brush, tea plant, found in shoot, leaf essential oil. So, like with this would be perfect if you had, say, like Planet 13 sold this THC powder. It was water soluble, and and everybody knows, like, if you're trying to extract THC from the plant, you have to use alcohol or fat source or some type of solvent type thing, right? But since these teas have in it, add some THC water soluble powder, bam, you got like a full blown like health drink right there. Like, that's a really good idea, huh? So Laurus nobilis, it's in bay laurel, bay leaf laurel, Grecian laurel, sweet bay, found in leaf essential oil leaf. Organum majorana. All right, so it's in pot marjoram and sweet marjoram. I don't really know what that is. All right, citrus limon. It's in lemons. Limonine's also in lemons. Maris fragrance. I'm just gonna say fragrance is in mace and nutmeg. Citrus, whatever. It's in mandarin orange. So that's a fruit one. This other one, it's a bunch of words I'm not going to attempt to try to pronounce. Let's see. Salvia officinalis is in sage. Thymus vulgaris is in thyme. Perilla, whatever. Beefsteak mint, beefsteak plant, and perilla. Never heard of that. But that wasn't. I was looking for top plants containing linalool. Did these contain any linalool? Oh, okay, here we go. So there's no beta. Ooh, right there, that beta pinene. Beta pinene is the shit. I've talked about it before. It's also in uh, pine trees, pine needles, right? And when you have flower that's real high in pinene, when you smell it, it'll smell like pine trees. Is what it'll smell like. And so when you smoke this, like it starts between like your eyes, like where your stress muscles are, and you'll feel like a hugging sensation there. And then as it goes along, it spreads out to the sides of your head, like your temples and stuff. Like it's wonderful for like anxiety and stress and all those different things. You got a lot on your mind, like that is the terpene for you. Um, and then as it goes along, like it melts into your upper body cavity, and that's how it sits for the rest of the high. But it really hugs and massages your face while you're smoking it. So yeah, if you have a chance to actually pick something that has it in there, try it. If you're still somewhere where you're having to get it on the street, and you go to your dealer's house and he's got 3 strands, smell them, right? Don't go off the look, go off to smell them. If they smells like pine, get it. Especially if it has a real strong pine smell to it, then like that is going to be a really good. It's going to be a really good strand. It's real enjoyable. It's not something that you want to do at work. If you smoke too much of it, I mean, if you smoke a little bit of it and manage, say you had like a cart pen, right? And you can manage like that. That would be perfect if you had like high stress at your job. Just like 1 to 2 hits, and it would really help. But it's best like when you don't have, like when you get off work and you just need to sit somewhere and maybe play some video games, or just you don't even really want to, you just want to relax your mind. Like it's perfect. So what is this? What is all this? So why are all these chemicals detected in this plant? So it's got linalool. I don't know what that is. That must be a terpene. Yeah, that's a terpene. Okay. So that's a pretty cool resource. And we're going to move on to the next subject, though. But that was neat, learning about the diesel fuel thing. I know, there's been, experimentation with, corn and things like that, but never have really heard about the actual terpene study. So it was really interesting to find that out, and I really do hope that the powers that be will allow this technology to progress. Because I remember a story, it's maybe in the 80s or 90s, and this guy had literally converted his car to run on water, and he was on the news and everything, and then all of a sudden the project scrapped, and I think he committed suicide, maybe. It's a lot of money for a lot of powerful people to lose. So, people, they don't play games with their money, especially when you're talking about on an international scale. Jeez. All right, we're gonna stop over at High Times real quick. See what's up over there, and hang tight. I'm gonna let you. Actually, I'll pull up an article or something, but I need to step away for a second. Here, I'll just actually let me do a search. I'll play one of these real quick. Oh yeah. All right. Do a little quick 2-minute. Let me step away. Let me try to find my vape real quick. I'm fainting.
Welcome back to Fast Money. Canada's pot stocks blazing higher today. Tilray soaring almost 40% after striking a deal to distribute medical cannabis in the UK. Meanwhile, Canopy Growth rallying after saying it expects to be profitable by 2022. Follow through too here in the U.S. Green Thumb, Cresco, Curaleaf all pushing higher in today's session. And Tim, you're remarking on today's midday call. Pot stocks are on fire. They continue to be on fire.
There's multiple dynamics at work here, and we've talked about them on this show. Look, the story in Canada is that companies like Canopy Growth are becoming closer to profitability and certainly very well run and have an eye on the U.S. and have a growing market share. The U.K. news on Tilray is important, but the story really is about the United States. And if you think about the legislative path and what happened on the Georgia runoff, but comments by Chuck Schumer very recently that basically gives you a blueprint for what an omnibus bill could look like in the United States that would actually allow these companies to list on U.S. exchanges. The important part about this trade right now, and we talk about this with Reddit and with short squeezes, and some of it's just all about flows. And so for the investor in the U.S. right now, you're getting in ahead of large institutions. Green Thumb today with $100 million registered SEC offering to a large institution is very good news and a very good sign of where this is going, and the market picked up on that.
Yeah. Grasso?
Yeah, so the Safe Banking Act is going to get a vote probably in the next 6 months in the House, in the Senate, and that's pivotal. Think about this. Imagine a business, no access to a bank in the state that they're operating in. So if it's legal in that state, they'll have access to banks. It's huge for the industry.
Well, I have no clue what I did with my damn vape. Shit. I'll look for it when I get off. All right, so I didn't even get to see that. Let's go over to High Times Magazine, though, and see what's up with them. See what's up. Oh, damn. I don't know if y'all can hear that, but I'm ready to get out of this house. Like, that's the pipes. I flushed the toilet upstairs, and it's like... All right. It's kind of some of the same stuff there. Wait, let me turn my little background music on, because it's kind of... There we go. All right, let's see. Emergency preparedness for medical cannabis patients. So some of you might need to know this, though. I read this not too long ago. There's it's pretty common sense, but it might be some stuff that you might not think about. So just kind of prepare yourself. Preparing for an emergency such as a flood, fire, or rapidly spreading illness takes a bit of planning if you are a full-fledged cannabis patient treating serious ailments or disorders on a daily basis. Visions of a joint in a glass tube with the verbiage, "In case of emergency, break glass," come to mind if you have successfully replaced pharmaceuticals with cannabis. Yes. It will take more than a joint to maintain homeostasis in the body. So, all right. Let's see. Doomsday Cannabis Kit. Let's see. We're going to skip all that. Let's see. All right. Being prepared to be prepared. Most cannabis patients are aware of the plant as an immune system builder and an anti-inflammatory. Some say it can also act as an antibiotic. Anecdotal stories from cannabis patients reflect success. Anecdotal stories from cannabis patients reflect success in replacing antibiotics with a stronger cannabis oil protocol. Furthermore, drugs.com does not list cannabis as having negative interactions with traditional antibiotics. Yeah, because like linalool or limonene that's in like a lot of the sativa plants, it's antiviral and I think antibacterial too. So that's I never really thought about that though, but yeah, if you make the oil right and like since you would need it to work as an antibiotic, it would probably have to be high doses. I've watched videos on people that were treating themselves with like RSO, Rick Simpson oil, and they would, it would take them, like they said, like, a few days to kind of get used to it when they started, because they would take such a high dose. But then after a few days, like, you kind of get used to it and you can manage it, a lot better. That's like my sister and I, like we were, this is before Mississippi went medical, and we were kind of going back and forth about legalizing weed. And she was like, well, I just don't want a bunch of high people driving around. And I said, Christina, I mean, the same can be said about alcohol. I mean, I know that doesn't make any better. There's no excuse. But I told her, I was like, I mean, first of all, how many of your friends do you know has to take a Xanax, a pain pill, or something intoxicating to get their day started, right? She's like, true. And I was like, you don't have to smoke a blunt every time you smoke. Like, that's not, I mean, some people need it though. Some people need it. I'm not knocking the people that need it, but there's a lot of people that, like me personally, right? I could have I remember one time I had like some stomach issues going on. Like, my stomach was cramping. It was just some IBS type stuff, right? And so all I had on me was like a little dugout thing, and it had like just a little bit of bud in it. And so, I told Tanya, I was like, I'm just gonna be real quick. So my stomach is killing me, but I want to hit this little bat a couple times. And I think out of that one fill, it was like maybe like 2 good hits, and that was it. My stomach actually started to feel better. It did, come back later on a little bit more, and it made it manageable, and actually comfortable for me to finish our road trip, because we were like on a 8-hour road trip or something like that. So I was pretty miserable up until that point. And so I know that not all cannabis will do that. I just got lucky that I actually had a strand that had the terpene in it that will help you with IBS, I believe. I don't know for sure. I'm just guessing because it really did work well. Let me see what terpene that is. So, terpene for IBS. Okay, let's see. Marijuana for irritable bowel syndrome. Let's see. Okay, yes, I'm 21. How and why marijuana can be an effective treatment for irritable bowel syndrome. Exciting research is being carried out in the field of medical marijuana for irritable bowel syndrome. Some evidence suggests that your body's endocannabinoids, the molecules in your body that resemble compounds found in pot, could help limit intestinal inflammation. People with IBD have higher levels of cannabinoid receptors in their colon. There have been small studies show many patients take medical cannabis for irritable bowel syndrome symptoms. Right. Let's see. Yeah, I mean, it does affect your mood too, because you get miserable, just uncomfortable. A lot of times your clothes ain't fitting right. Like, it just, I mean, there have been a few times, like, it just, like, I want to go to the hospital. Like, it's bad. I'm not even gonna get into that, but yeah, I want to go to the hospital about it. Let's see. I was trying to find. Okay, here we go. Best strands of marijuana to use for irritable bowel syndrome. That's what we need to know. We put together a quick beginner's guide to illustrate some of the benefits of taking medical pot for irritable bowel syndrome and the strains to consider. Strains of pot to treat depression. So depression is a tricky part of dealing with chronic illness. Pot is a natural alternative if you don't want to deal with the often serious side effects of antidepressants. Helpful strains include Blue Dream. Blue Dream is a hybrid strain of pot. It's suitable for use during the day as it doesn't make you feel tired or sleepy. You feel joyful and relaxed when you take this strand. Blue Dream is often used by creative people to power through mental blocks. See if it can work for you. And yes, like I love some Blue Dream. And usually Blue Dream is like on sale. Like it's not super like strong, but it's definitely a good strand though. Pennywise is an indica hybrid. It's safe for taking through the day. Like Blue Dream, you won't feel a high from taking this strand. You will feel calm and at peace with yourself. Okay. All right. So strands of pot to treat diarrhea. Diarrhea is an uncomfortable and embarrassing symptom of irritable bowel syndrome. Diet can control the symptom to an extent, but taking medical pot can help you if you're suffering from a severe bout of diarrhea. Helpful strands for this symptom include Gene Guy. Gene Guy is sativa dominant. You feel energized and cramp free when you take this strand. Lemon Jack. Ooh. Lemon Jack is suitable for daytime use. Its effects are like drinking a strong coffee, but without any ill effects on your stomach. Lemon Jack energizes you if your diarrhea has made you feel lethargic. That's what I'm talking about. Like that's the type of sativa I like. Like I'm not huge on, like I said, that limonene. 'Cause I believe that's the terpene that's that'll make me paranoid and like it can't be too high. I mean, I can deal with limonene, to a certain extent, but if it's like a lot, like I'll be thinking crazy shit. Damn, where's my life gone? I'm like, oh man, I gotta do this shit today. But what about this bill? Like, and I just on and on and on, and it's not an enjoyable high. All right, strands of pot to treat abdominal pain. So this is probably something I had in that car, and it might have been. I don't want to say that because I don't know for sure. But all right, so for abdominal pain, you have Jack Herer, and it's a sativa dominant hybrid that's filled with natural painkillers, including THC and terpenes. Pinene is the major terpene in Jack Herer. The compound reduces inflammation, stress, and pain. And yes, it does. It's my pinene. It's my absolute favorite. I'm telling you. Harlequin. Harlequin is an excellent pain relieving option. The sativa dominant hybrid provides you with a painless and mellow feel. You won't feel high, and you can go about your day as usual after taking Harlequin. Cool. All right, let's see. Best method for treating IBS: smoking, vaping, sprays, tinctures, edibles. I really wouldn't think you'd want to eat an edible if you had IBS. Maybe that's the best spot for it because it'll be on your stomach. I didn't think about that. So, foods to eat if you have irritable bowel syndrome. All right, let's see. Dry fruits, barley, brown rice, fresh vegetables, kidney beans, nuts, lentils, raisins, oats, split peas, like high in fiber type stuff. As you increase your fiber intake, be sure to drink more water and decaffeinated beverages, between 6 to 8 glasses a day. So, we learned a little bit about IBS and marijuana today. Very, very nice. Well, I got to get ready for work. I appreciate you tuning in. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you learned something. I'm gonna do a DJ set. Probably tomorrow when I get off work. I got to work till 5 today, and I may or may not work. At my other job later tonight. It just kind of depends on how my day at GC goes. If we're busy and I do well over there today, then I won't feel the need to work that double. But I do have some stuff I gotta get. I I got to get new struts and shocks for the Shelby. And I want to get, you know, I want to work toward like 1,000 horsepower in it. Like that's my goal. Is I want to get like 1,000 to the wheel. But I know to do that, I have to change out a lot of different things. And so, like the injectors, cam, rear end. So those are some projects that I'm going to be working on, trying to get done for the Shelby. So I'm gonna get some video of it. I need to call the guy I'm gonna call a guy today about setting up another dyno appointment and go down there and get there and see what he can tune it to, see what I can get out of it with the upgrades I've already done, and then I'll be able to kind of see where I'm at with what I need to do for